All right, everyone. Welcome back once again to this wonderful section. Uh, this section is going to be a very best part of this section. I mean, this schedule. Uh, we are going to be looking into some important things that, as an analyst, we just need to just look into. Okay. And before we move further, we last week we learned about the fundamental, like not the foundation of introductions to data, whereby we look into how data works, explanation on data analytics, uh, the importance of data, difference between data and information, the career path that surround data analytics, uh, and having a kind of like a base knowledge of analytics process, and we try to stop on how to get familiar with our Microsoft Excel interface. So I think we received some assignment from students, and super proud of people that submit their assignment, because you submitting your assignment actually like give us that you actually know what you are doing, and give us a kind of encouragement that you are working together with us on this part, and it's also giving us a kind of encouragement again that what the time that we've tried to commit it into this scholarship is not a waste. That's another thing. Another thing is still that uh you your the level of what, like the level that you brought to this academy is not just low, it's very high. I mean, the morale of you learning, try to grab whatever you just needed to get within this short period of meeting together on a call like this. So we never take it for granted, and the reason why we say we never take it for granted is not because of ourselves, it's because of you, because you yourself put in your best to get this thing done. Whatever is being pushed out to you today and you learn, we as an academy, we can't get it back from you again. Even till doubt is still with you. So it is very like good for us to just get that kind of feedback from you, because it actually encourage us like to move further in what we're doing. So today we'll be looking into uh to we want to work with today. So sorry. Okay. Oh, I think we are on week 2. And this is what we'll be looking into together today. Our learning today, we covered this professional data out, like how to enter data professionally, some exact formula, data validation, conditional formatting, and also we'll be trying to look into data cleaning. I repeat again, professional way of entering data, exact formulas, some exact formula that is very important, like we just need to just know data validation, conditional formatting, and data cleaning. Please, I want us to pay very close attention to what we are doing this evening, because this is just the foundation. What we looked into last week is actually a foundation, but it is a foundation based in theory. But what we're going to be looking into together this evening is a foundation based on practical. Okay, so we just try to just on this. What is data entry? Data entry is just the process of accurately entering information into a spreadsheet or database. Accurately, not just you entering the data into an Excel interface, but you entering it accurately without mixing anything. Imagine you mix a cell in a particular row, it means that your analysis might get wrong when you are done with all what you are doing. So imagine you did an analysis, and the profit that is showing, or the profit that is showing on your dashboard, is different from what they actually calculated together in the invoice of the company. So we need to just know how to enter our data professionally and accurately. And these are the principle of good data entry: consistency, accuracy. What did I mean by consistency? We are going to see it when we are doing data cleaning this evening. Please, this call can it might uh go long than how it was last week. And the reason why it's going to be like that is just that we just want to try all our best. Like, we want to try all our possible best for us to catch up with all what we needed to catch up with. Please, just a minute. I want to try to check if probably we have some people at the. Okay, we don't have anybody here. Okay. We want to try all what we could, at least to cover what we needed to cover as regarding this scholarship. Right? We said accuracy, completeness, no duplicate records, correct formatting. Okay. Moving forward, principle of good data entry: consistency. As I said earlier, consistency, accuracy, completeness. All these things we're going to work it out together. I mean, in terms of practical, we are going to work it out together. No duplicate records, correct formatting, and we have some data types. Probably you are a developer before. We know that in any development process, there is always what they call data type. And in data analytics also, because when you're working with Python, you're working with R. Even if you are working with SQL, you need to understand what we want to say now, which is data type. Data type is just like, any algorithm of any software that you are using. They understand the language that you are telling them as a user. So the algorithm is as you are entering anything that you're entering inside Excel, the algorithm Excel is like, it's just absorbing it based on the orientations that it have been trained before on. So we have data type, we have text, we have numbers, we have currency, we have date, we have percentage, we have logical values, and all of that. And we have data type. All these data type in Excel, they all have what they do. They all have what to do. As I said earlier, it's something that is being embedded inside all of those software that we're going to be using as a data analyst. It has been embedded in them. The algorithm of those software, with like, once you enter those information, any information being entered into any interface of any software of data, is the algorithm is going to pick it up and let you know. Even you yourself should know, okay, this information that I'm entering it actually fall under this data type. As I said, text, number, currency, date, percentage, logic, value. And we have some basic calculation in Excel. And all this basic calculation is something that we're going to be using as an analyst. Okay, we are going to be using it as an analyst. Talk like, just talk of sum, talk of average, talk of minimum, talk of maximum, talk of count. Okay, we are going to be like using them in all our daily life as an analyst. It's just like the normal way we try to just minus and plus some things together on our book or on our calculator. But this is just a logical aspect of data of Excel, whereby Excel is going to automate whatever we are doing, in as much that we have tried to use some basic calculation formula on any of the cells that we are working on. Moving forward, but we are going to be seeing all of this live and direct today in our practical section. Now, we call something data validation. What is data validation? Data validation simply means preventing your data from wrong entry. The word validation, just validate. You as an analyst, try to protect the data that probably the enumerators is going to be entering on the feed, or probably the data entry clerk is going to be entering, or probably data entry operator is going to be entering. You as an analyst, you are just trying to make the vision clear to anybody that is going to be doing end of data into that Excel interview. I mean, Excel worksheet or workbook. Preventing error, preventing those data from error. There is one thing that we should always understand, that errors is inevitable. It's something that we cannot do with. It is like every thing that we do day by day. Error always come as a human. error. We are not perfect. Not like there is nothing like perfection in human operation. So there must be an error in any of what we do. But you now setting a validation on any of your data is now that you are trying to limit limit the error that you as an analyst or you as a data analyst you are trying to you are expecting. Setting a data validation now is limiting those error from all of that. And we have an example of that: gender, marital status, and all. We can create drop down and all of that. We try to look into that in the practical section also. That's sorry. There's another thing called conditional formatting. Conditional formatting is used to automatically highlight important information. This is just a basic analysis that you can just do. You probably as an analyst now, you should be talking in like you should be talking with data language, not just that or the way you used to talk before. As an analyst now, you should be talking in data language now. Conditional formatting is just, as I said earlier, is automatically highlighting important information on your data. That just basically means that you try to do some basic analysis on your raw data. Okay, just try to tell probably your client that, oh, this is what this table is actually saying, this is what this data is actually saying, and all of that. And we have the example of that: the highest score, the lowest score, and we can even the highest sales, the highest product, the highest product that is like giving us more profit and all of that. We can try to just filter all those out and we get what we need to get. High scores probably in an education or in an education sectors, we can sell high score, lowest scores, and failed student and duplicate records. Those are things that surround conditional formatting. And again, we're going to be looking into data cleaning. Data cleaning is basically mean you making sure that your data is ready to be analyzed. No duplicates, no empty cells, no empty row. Proper case of, I mean, when it comes to accuracy, proper case of text that is being written on each rows. Okay, proper table, proper headings for each column. No duplicates, no, just like try to just remove anything that can cause issue in your analysis. So that is that about that. Please, if you have any question before we go into our practical section, please, you can try to unmute yourself and let us hear from you. Please, if you have any question, please kindly unmute yourself and let's hear from you. Do you have anybody on call that have any question? Please, if you are on the same page, can just give me a thumbs up. Please kindly use your thumbs up if you are on the same page together. All right, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. All right, now we want to look into another aspect whereby we're going to be working together today on with our Excel. Okay, let me try to just stop sharing this also. Please just give me some minutes. Okay. Uh, I believe my screen is visible to everyone now. Please, can someone just confirm if my screen is visible? All right. Uh, Can we have someone else? All right, thank you. Now this is our Excel interface. Last week we want to try some things on it, but just because on one thing or another we couldn't do anything on it. This is actually an Excel interface. I believe we are all familiar with that before. For people that have done some research in their university time, probably you do some research, you try to do some analysis. As you know, I believe we've come across Excel and some basics uses of Excel then, and we have a lot of tabs. As I have my file tab, I have my home tabs, I have my inside tabs, page layout tab, formula tab, data tab, review tab, and view tab. And under each of these tabs, we have a lot of ribbons. We have a lot of ribbon. I'm on Up tab right now, and I have Paste tab, I have Cut tab, I have Copy tab, I have Wrap Text tab, I have Conditional Formatting tab, Format as a Table tab, Cell tab, Insert tab, Delete, Format, Auto, Sum, Fill, Clear, Sort and Filter, Find and Select tab. Those are tabs that we have in our home tab. And again we have insert tab, whereby we have our pivot table, recommended pivot table, pictures, and we have line, column, slicers, timeline, hyperlink, text box, elder, footers, and all of that. And all of these is going to be one of the things that we're going to be looking together, using together as an analyst. We have margin orientation, size, and all of these are are things that we're going to be working together. I just want us to have basic understanding and basic knowledge of all of these tabs and ribbons. We are on formulas tabs, whereby we have insert function, also some recently used, finance, logical, text, date and time, reference, match, trigger, battery, more functions, name, and all of these are also ribbons that we're going to be working together with. We are now on data tab, where we have text to column, flash fill, remove duplicate, data validation, consolidation, what if analysis, group, ungroup, subtotal. And again we have review tab, where we also have spelling, research, and all of these as their ribbons. And we have view tab also. We have view tab out where we break page layout, customize views, and custom views, and fixed panel, and all of that. All of these tab and ribbons are things that we are going to be using as an analyst. So without wasting any of our time, we want to just look into how to work with this, and how to set some uh, validation. We are going to be like merging everything together and work through everything, meaning we are going to be doing data entry, we are going to be doing data validation, we are going to be doing conditional formatting. We try to look into data cleaning again, if time permits us, but we will try all our possible best to make sure we cover all this. Now let's just assume that we are working with the data of the student that is on the call. During the course of you registering, you try to input some things, whereby you input like your name, your phone number, your age brackets, the course you want to do with us. I think probably like why do you want to learn that course. So we're going to be looking into that. Like these are from A here. This is column. We have column A, column B, column C, column D, and we have what? We have rows, which is like like this. Horizontal, vertical is column, horizontal is what? Is our what? Is our rows, and each of these box is being called cell. Each of these box, one after the other, they are all like they are being called cell. We have cell in Excel, we have column, we have rows, and and also down part here you see raw data, we have data entry, we have data sheet. Now this is now a Excel workbook, and the reason why this is being like is called Excel workbook is that we have multiple sheets inside it. If we only have one sheet inside this, we can call it Excel sheet. We can call it Excel sheet. But now that we have it in multiple, we have raw data, we have data entry, we have sheet 3, If we click on this plus now, we will still add another sheet to it. Now we are working with this Excel workbook. Okay, now one we want to set name. Okay, and this we want to say, let's say phone number, and here we want to say uh let's say year of years. We want to say year, just year of birth. And what else? Let's say here we say course. Let's just work with these 4 columns. Now we've tried to, we've tried to have like 4 columns here, and we have header for them. We have names, phone number, years, and course. Let's try to change this to full name. Said full, sorry, full name. Now we should notice something here now. We notice that this full name is entering phone. Please, we don't just need to be fresh about that. What we just need to just know is that it means that this cell cannot occupy name. So we need to expand it for us to see full name. Even if we are inputting that name there, for this cell, this all these cells that is in this column, for them to be able to, accommodate whatever that we are inputting inside this particular column. So you shouldn't be freaked. What you just need to just do now is just that you go up here. You know that as I'm hovering on this screen now, you see something like cross. But once I keep it at the middle here, it changed to cross, but the cross is not that as thick as what is showing right now. You see the way it was showing now, and if I keep it here now, it's different from how it was looking before. Now what we just need to just do here now is for us to just put your cursor here as the way I put it here, and you just left click on it this way, and you drag to your right hand side. You drag. Now this place can now accommodate here now, but sometimes you can just try to just try to highlight the whole column of this, and you press Ctrl Shift End. You get it now? Ctrl Shift End. Once you press Ctrl Shift End, come to this place and double click again. You see that the thing have reduced again. Just because the reason why it reduced this way is because we don't have data in these entries. There is no data, there is no any data being recorded here. That is why it couldn't expand itself, because you might be loud, this thing is not working. That is why it is not like expanding himself. Now we need to expand it manually for this cell to accommodate whatever we are inputting in there. So we want to like expand this because it's not okay. I think we have it well arranged now. So what else is that we want to try to indicate this as an elder. We want to try to indicate this as elder. Sorry. I try to just, as I want to make it an elder now, I just try to highlight every of these 4 columns, and I am still working with my own tab. Come to color ribbons here. This is font ribbons, and this background ribbon. I just click on this drop down, and I want to give it this fill. I give it this fill, and I change the color of the font to what? I change it to the color that is going to blend with it, which is I want to go with white, and everything is showing well now. So what else I want to do now is that I want to make sure that I drag this down a bit for this thing to just have a breathing space for themselves. Now I come here again, I just drag down a bit like this. I want to try to change the font of this. I want to increase size because I'm like it seems it's a bit small. Let me just let's put it to 13 1 3, and we have it here. We have it here like this: full name, phone number, years, course. Now we want to be entering that course, but I told us earlier that we are going to be working like with 2 to 3 things together here. Now what we want to do here now is that we want to try to validate, because I think we should try to just make some explanation here for us to get what we are doing. Imagine you are just like you are a supervisor. Maybe you work with population sensors, probably their industry. You're working with them and you needed some enumerator out there, and basically maybe those enumerators they are using tab, or they are just using any laptop to just go and get data that they needed out to get. And we have a lot of people that they don't want to go out, they just want to collect the government money, and they will now be under their, probably at the corner of their house, you know manipulating that data. Okay. And sometimes some people are so lazy to the extent that even they will just be entering rubbish as a data. But you now as a supervisors now, that you want to make, like, you want to try all your possible best to get an accurate primary data. Okay. I don't think probably we've walked us through what is primary data and second. Primary data is just data that you go out there to go and collect by yourself, be it in survey and any way you collect those data. Those are primary data. And second data is just data that someone have collected already. Probably you go to census office, you go to INEC office to go and collect data there. Probably you are a political science student in school and you have to work on some, your thesis just is surrounding elections and all of that. You just need some, some figures there, and you go to INEC office to go and collect some data, that you can actually work on. Okay. So as a supervisors now, you want to make sure that people actually work, and even not them working alone, they they input correct data that the office actually need. That is where validation now comes in. Some people can just go out there, they just click in any wrong information and all of that. But you as an analyst, you can make sure that you set some validations that there is no way they cannot, in fact they cannot do any, like, they can't like do anyhow. Or maybe you as a accountant, or like accounting, finance department, and department of data, they are working together. you know Probably finance department, they are trying, they are, they are noticing some looping in the company, whereby some people are stealing some fund in the company, probably by increasing the price of their product, or probably by decreasing the price of their product. And you as a manager or as an analyst, probably when the case comes to your table, you can set a validation on that, whereby there is no way they can change all those things. Even if it will not take it in, those data will not enter if into Excel. Okay, let's get our hands dirty on what we just need to do now. Name is name of products. They can't it can be jeopardized. They can't lie against name of product. But when the issue comes in is that lying against the price of a product, lying against the profit of a product, issue can come up there. So the validation, like, that cases can just come up like that, whereby validation just needed to be set on those particular columns. Okay. And on phone number, I can also like set validation on phone number. We can set validation of years. Probably, you send enumerators go out there to go and collect some data back to you, and maybe the validators want to, try to do some ojoro. They can just, probably that validator himself have some children or some people around him that needed work, and you are collecting data of people that needed work like that, and they just want the validators, like the enumerator, just want to slot in the name of his own people into there. And the age range that government is looking for, or the organization is looking for, is not like, it's beyond, like, it's below what you want to input. There is no way it will not take the record of those people that is slotting. Imagine they sell anybody below 30 years, anybody below, like, people from 18 years to 30 years, those are people that they need. And enumerators have someone that is 35 or 31. Once you set the validation, it will not enter. It won't enter. So let's just start with this. Let's input a name here. Let's say Peter. Sorry, Peter. Let's say Chris. We have Peter Chris, and we want to set validation on this phone number, because we don't want to make sure that we collect their original phone number without any mistake. without any mistake. Now we just try to, what we just need to just do is just that you highlight the column this way. You highlight the column this way, first of all. And again, you just go to your ribbon. Look for the ribbon. I believe we've worked with those ribbon before, and we've tried to see the ribbon that we needed to use on this. We are going to what? Let's go to data. So we are on data ribbon. We are on data tab. Sorry, we are on data tab. Now we are going to data validation ribbon, which is here. Please, I don't want us to mix any part of this. First of all, you highlight this column B. You go to your what? Data tab, and you try to locate data validation. You click on this drop down. You click on this drop down, and you click on data validation, and we have our data validation here. So data validation criteria is a allow any value. That is why we are saying, we talked about data type the other time there. So what are the values you want to input? Let's click on this drop down. I want whole number. Okay, and they said the whole number. What is it? Between what? He said it's now over to us now. Say not between, equal to, not equal to, greater than, less than, greater than or equal to, less than or equal to. We want to set for phone number now, and we all understand that phone number is 11 digits. We want to now look for the option that best suits the validation of phone number. We said between, not between, equal to, not equal to, greater than, less than, greater than or less than or equal to. Those are the things that we have here now. Those are the things, like those are like criteria that we have on whole number. We can still look another one. Look at text length. We can, like, this is on between, data between. He said not between, equal to. We can, if we click, let's click on this equal to now, and we want to try to type 11. Since 11 is the phone numbers, is the digits of phone numbers, we try to set 11, and this is 11 now. But before you click on OK, you click on input message. They said you can now set, you are trying to notify anybody that is entering data here. You are trying to notify them. You now said, enter. Sorry. You said enter 11. Let's say 11 digits phone. Sorry. Phone number. Okay. I think this is too long because we still have some. Let's cut this. Now we now said here in our input message. I think let's just try to enter. Let's say enter phone number. Phone number. Now in this input message we can say okay. I think let me try to paste this. Enter. Let's say enter only 11-digit phone number here. We just we notify them, and once we are done with this, we click on error alert. We say let's just put it on warning. Let's the title be wrong information, wrong info. We can now set error message. We can say, oh, please kindly check your input. Input message. So we can now click on, he said, please kindly check your input message. We can now click on OK. Now, immediately you click on this cell, this will pop up. He said, enter phone number. He said, enter only 11-digit phone number. Let's try if it's going to work out here. You say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 12. You see, he did not accept 12. No, please kindly check your input message. Okay, so that person will be trying and trying and trying. If I click on yes now, it's giving them error. So this thing is going to frustrate that person that is trying to enter error inside this place. It's going to frustrate because as the person is entering like 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 11 12 13 14. Now he said please kindly check your input message. So it will not work even if that person click yes. Is going to, you see what is showing us? It's not showing us the phone number. So the person needed you just need to just click like enter the correct things that you were told to enter here. Okay, now let's move to year validation on year. Now this is our year again, same process to year, same process to year. Now we try to highlight it this way. Don't forget we come to our data tabs and look for data validation ribbon and click on this drop down, click on validation. Okay, and you click on setting. Now we want to click on what is the value. I think let's see use let's use dates. We use dates since we are working with year. Let's now say is between. We are working with between. We want to set the year like from let's say 1990. Let's say 1990. Let's say 1990 to 2020. So these are the year. These are the years that we want to try to give this scholarship to. Now we need to just go to input message again. Write the title. And we can just say enter year. Only let's say okay, enter year. Let's say year from 190 to 2020. Okay, we now try to go to input settings. Now said please don't let us give them click please here. Is there kindly input only year from 1990 to 2020. Let's set the errors message. We're warning them again. Said what should be this title? Or let's say invalid year. We said please, let's say please kindly check your input message. Okay, please kindly check your input message. We click on OK. Now we still click on this cells. We see that we have 1990 to 2000. I mean, 2020. Now let's try to enter 1998. Oh no, let's try to enter 1989. Let's check. He said please kindly check your input message. It will not take it in because a year now is behind. Now we just need to start from 1990 to 2020. Now let's still click yes. We see that it's giving us wrong answer 1989, and that person want to enter what is entering something else. Let's just try to delete this and set 2026. Let's say 2026 is not taking it in again. That is how to set between date. Also I think during our assignment is going to cover a lot of things that we just needed to just walk through. Okay, now we want to go long course. what we want to set on course, let's try to, how many course we have, let's just try to just click on this. Think it's going to work better here. Click on this particular um cell and we go to validation again. We click on data. Please, this call can end anytime from this moment. Please, once this call end, we're going to I'm going to send another link to the group chat. See, we just need to just join that new group, I mean new link for us to cover what we have today. Okay, thank you. I believe we all like get what I hear clearly. Do we all, are we all on the same page? Do we get me right? Please, someone should just confirm from his or her hand if you get what I just said now. All right, thank you. All right, thank you, man. All right, we are on course now, and don't forget that this is different now because we want to try to use another, for another, like we are working on course um in another format, in another format. I just think, okay, let's just try to just work. Uh, let's try to work with it this way because I don't want it to affect. Okay, I try to highlight this down. I try to highlight it down like that. So we want to set it as list. I've highlighted it. I just try to leave this course. I highlighted it downward here. I come to data validation again. Data validation. I come back to setting. I come back to what is the value that I want to enter. I want to enter list. Okay, I want to enter list. My list is now I want to say let's say data analytics, comma UI UX, comma AI automation, comma what other course are we offering right away? Web development. Okay, now we've tried to just, we've tried to write the whole course here, and the same process that we used to do before. Go to input message, pick, we just say pick any of your, pick, you say pick course. Yeah, let's just say pick course. Yeah, we now say inside envelope, please, you say kindly pick your, let's say preferred course. Okay, we go back to error alert. We just click on warning and click on title. We cancelled invalid, sorry, invalid input. We cancelled. Please kindly check your input uh input message. Okay, and I click on OK this way, and I have this. Immediately I click on this drop down, I have this. I click on this cell. I have this drop down here, and I click on drop down. I click the course that I want to input here. I click on this drop down. On this cell, I click on the drop down again, and I click on automation. Let me just come here, down here. I click on here, and I click on, let's say, UI UX. Oh, I come over here. I click on the drop down. I have data analytics also. So that is how to work on what, that is how to work on list also. So basically, this is just simple way on how to, validate your data, make sure that you get better information, like data that you just needed to get into, or validate the whole environment that you want the enumerators to work with. Remember that probably you used to, like, I don't know, maybe you've tried to wonder how banks used to do this thing. Some, some banks used to send you the breakdown of how you spend your money in the month, whereby they mail you with a PDF, and they actually mail you with the breakdown of how you spend your money in a month. You now discover that they now tells you that, oh, they will try to asterisk some part of your, sometimes some part of your phone number, sometimes some part of your email, sometimes they will some part of your probably checkbook and all of that. They shall make sure that all this information that they are trying to, asterisk or hide, they know that it's only you that can have access to it. It's also like you them validating that particular data sending to you, because they know that it's personal to you, and they don't want anybody to just have access. Anybody can have access to your mail, but they know that not everybody can have access to that particular document at that moment, because they know that it's only you that know your account number. It's only you that knows the mixing number that is in between, that you just needed to just input. There are some banks that they will tell you that, they will tell you that you should write the first number, I mean the day that you have been given birth, the month, just one. They will tell you that probably one number there, that they will now tell you that you should have add two numbers from your birth year, for you to be able to access that particular document. Same thing applicable to this. In fact, you can still go ahead to, password this particular uh you can go ahead to password this particular Excel workbook, if probably you know that this is just the pot of soup of the company, and you don't just want anybody to just get access to this. You can password it. Imagine you want to password, you just click on this file, you know you see protect workbook. You click on protect workbook, click on this drop down, and you encrypt it with password, whereby it's people, like, not it's only people that have password of this particular document that will get access to that. Okay. Oh, right, that is that. About that, we just have like 4 minutes to spend, like just 4 minutes on this link to expired. Please, once anybody, if you know that you have any questions that you want to ask, please kindly unmute yourself and, ask your question. Please ask unmute yourself and ask your question. You can unmute yourself and ask your question. Okay, I believe we are all clear. Please, I think some people unmute. I think Omole, Easy Chigo, I think you both unmute yourself earlier. I don't know. I can't hear you. I can't hear any of you. I don't know if you have any question you want to ask. Okay. Yes, I can hear you. Please go ahead with your question. Please go ahead with your question. Me? Please go ahead. Please go ahead with your question. I think I'm having a network issue with the other. If you are hearing me, please go ahead with your question.